some ward organizations, some aldermen even resorting to paying for signatures. The Cook County Party paying for signatures. The whole strength of the party was supposed to be about having the ability to do all of the things. That was what gave you the advantage.
That's it. That's the advantage right there. You have workers who will go out and do what you need to do. You don't spend your money on stuff like that. You spend your money on doing things in the neighborhood, maybe buying literature, but not on people.
And now, unfortunately, or fortunately, this isn't a byproduct of the dismantling of black political power. So when you hear them telling us about the lack of, when they talk about the machine, that machine is really not the machine that you think it is. Hey, look, we got a lot to talk about today, but when we come back, Todd, did you see in the paper today that the girl who posted the blackface post for J.B. Pritzker has issued an apology? What? Backhanded apology if I ever heard. Classic Becky white girl apology if I ever heard one in my life. But we're going to talk about it when we come back after traffic, news, and the weather. Man, if that ain't the white girlest apology ever, she apologized if you were offended by it, right? If you were offended by the blackface because you took it completely out of context.
That's right. Everybody wears blackface, man.
What you and then it was like it was a private post. Someone shared it on from my private where y'all.
Once you send it to one person, it ain't private anymore.
How about this?
The person, it ain't private anymore.
How about this? So in private, y'all be cracking up telling blackface jokes? Right? That's like, we were talking amongst ourselves and someone invaded our conversation.
Yeah, we were just insulting black people among ourselves.
Right.
We wouldn't do that in public.
Man, okay, so everybody has to, Tanil, if you are there, please go to the Chicago Sun-Times or anybody that is there, but Tanil, you always. What I learned, here's the title of the apology. She got a whole page, half a page in the paper.
Oh, that's real.
That's 3/4 of a page. 3/4.
Isn't that expensive?
Yes, but it's an op-ed, but if you own the paper, it's not.
Oh, it's an op-ed.
Right, but let me read to you the title. What I learned from a leaked post of a Pritzker campaign work aide in a charcoal mask. Does that sound very apologetic? That sounds like a defiant white kid that was told, if you want to work in this town again, you better go up there and say something. I'm going to just tell y'all like this. If y'all let that child work around here and she work on your campaign, you deserve, black folks, we deserve everything we get.
I want to know, what was the rest of the joke, though? How did the joke end? How did it start? I want to know the whole thing. Give me the punchline.
And then it ended with, and the punchline go like this. And it ended with the black person like, yeah. Boss, I got your luggage.
Yes,
I got your luggage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's hear that one.
Like, I can't even believe that. So this again, okay. You won the election. Nobody held you accountable for it. Let it go. This right here is when somebody says, okay, move on, let it go, and the white person's like, no, I've got something to say and I'm going to get it off my chest. And you write this. And when you read this, I literally was like, this is almost worse than the original offense. Because this is a justification. And then to make it worse, to justify it, she says, but I've been threatened. And I was working on an aldermanic campaign in Chicago, and someone threatened me. And they threatened me, and they threatened my life, and I was stressed. I'm like, welcome to Chicago politics. You ain't played if ain't nobody threatened you. What you talking about? But see, this, need for every black woman to read this and put your favorite white girl at work who thinks she is smarter than everybody. This is the work of the most entitled white girl at your office. What? What is the problem? You know this person. You know this person. If you read this, I really wish I had the time to read this whole thing on air, because I would break it down line by line by line. Like, I would translate this for you. I may have to go live at some point later on today just to translate this, because this was completely unfreaking, like, this was, did you read? Could you please read it? Do you have it?
Me? No, I don't have today.
Here, please read it. Because you need to read this. Because, like, seriously, it's like, that is the ultimate Becky apology in 1,200 words.
1,200 words.
Are you making me apply? You got to make me apply. I got to apologize to these Negroes? Oh, well, here goes your apology. Let me tell you why. What's up, Anthony Robinson? What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling on Facebook? They tried to get me. Okay. Time. Where do you dare me to draw the line? You got my body now, you want my soul. Think about it, say no, yeah. I'll do anything that you want me to do, yeah. But I do almost anything and that you want me to do, yeah. But I can't go for that. You are tuned in to the Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Sitting in with me is Cook County Board President Todd Stroger. And Todd, yes, I see you over there checking out the newspaper, but in case you have not picked up today's Chicago Sun-Times, I don't know if you all remember Carolyn Mehta. Carolyn Mehta was the J.B. Pritzker deputy Get Out the Vote, GOTV director. GOTV means get out the vote. She was the number 2 in charge of getting all of those 2 million something people to turn out. I want to let y'all know J.B. Pritzker got the least amount of votes out of all. I told y'all about that ticket going in reverse. Yeah. They got some work to do, because the top of the ticket should never be at the bottom of the vote getting total. Right. But that's a whole nother story. So, in case you don't remember, Carolyn Mehta and the story, the J.B. Pritzker story about the campaign worker that posted a picture in blackface. Now, I'm gonna say, when I saw that there was an apology in the paper, I was cautiously optimistic. And then I read the title, because I think it was an apology. I think it was supposed to be an apology. But it was the classic Becky apology. Think about this. So here's what she said. The title of the apology: what I learned from a leaked post of a Pritzker campaign aide in a charcoal mask.
That doesn't sound like the beginning of an apology.
Does that sound like that sounds like the beginning of white privilege? Is that so? I'm gonna just highlight it.
At least a research paper.
What? Oh, it sounded like white privilege to me. It was like a backhanded apology. Like, you know how when somebody says, when you go to apologize and somebody, you got an attitude and they say, I apologize if you were offended.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was offended. That's why we here.
That's right.
That's why it's a problem. So here's what she says. She said she posted a private video, a private post from her page. So it wasn't supposed to be public. So, Todd, what were they talking about in private
Well,
that featured a black placing in blackface?
Something about Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter. Okay, see, this is where you go down the path. Then she says the picture was taken out of context, and she apologizes to anybody who took the picture out of context. Help me understand the context of which the picture would have been posted. Okay? Now, and then check this out. Then she said, but she agreed with one of the campaign workers who had a legitimate complaint that said, what was it, Todd? She said that Latinos, I do believe Latinos were correct that they were discriminated against, but not the black people, even though they're in blackface. Now, okay, so then let me tell you so then for the white girl pity, then she says, but you should feel sorry for me because even though I posted blackface, one time I worked on the Chicago automatic campaign and I got a death threat. I'm like, fool, if you worked on the Chicago automatic campaign and you didn't get a death threat, then you wasn't working on the campaign.
Right.
This is Chicago.
Yes.
Okay, but now let me tell you what is the ultimate white liberal let me off the hook in Chicago? What does she say? My parents were civil rights. I couldn't be prejudiced because my parents were civil rights workers, and guess what they did? Guess who they worked for? The holy grail of Chicago politics, Harold Washington. My parents worked for Harold Washington. I couldn't possibly be racist, even though you took the blackface out of context. So here's the social media question of the day.
No, before you go to that, I'm with you. This is huge. I mean, she's got more than half the page.
She's got 3/4.
I couldn't get this when I was the county board president. They wouldn't even print this like this.
So, social media question of the day. Y'all need y'all to call me. First of all, were you offended by the blackface image that was posted and taken out of context? See, you Negroes don't know what y'all was seeing. What had happened was, she basically said it was taken out of context. Don't believe you. So if you were offended, give me a call because I want to know if you were offended. Maybe you weren't. And then, should we accept Carolyn Meta's apology? I mean, after all, her parents were civil rights workers. They worked with Harold Washington. You know, if you say Harold Washington, black folks, that's the past. White folks, like, Harold Washington is the original Barack Obama pass.
Right.
If you in Chicago and you say Harold Washington, black folks be like, oh, you's a good white people. Remember when But how about the crazy part that she said, I did agree with one. So check this out. Remember how it was 10 campaign workers? And remember how every time, I don't know if y'all paid attention to this, but every time on the show, I would always say the 9 black campaign workers. Because how does it always work? When it's time for the white folks to pick a team, they pick the Latinos. She said, I did agree with the Latino that we did need to do more Latino outreach. WVON Todd, were you offended by the blackface, or did we just take it out of context? Help me understand the context.
I thought that it was, blackface. I can never see a real good reason for blackface.
Well, she said, if you read that, she said that because some kind of way I be feeling like sometimes people be trying to talk back to the morning show through other mediums. Because she said, and if you thought that it had something to do with Megyn Kelly, I was racist before Megyn Kelly. I posted my blackface picture before Megyn Kelly even brought it up. But let me just ask y'all, y'all know this girl, right? Y'all know this girl. Sisters, I know if you work in the mainstream world, you know the white girl who exercises her privilege even when she's wrong. Do we accept this apology? Because I'm going to tell you, Ty, I said if I was them, I would have just left this whole thing alone.
Oh, no, this is, I'm surprised. I mean, I think it goes to show that she has some real clout. That she's in the paper with these many words printed when the prudent thing probably would have been to never mention this again. And
tell you Negroes why that right there is, I'm about to tell you Negroes, we won, blackface and all, and now let me come back and check you Negroes. And I'm going to just say,
Wait, do you think this means that she's going to get a post in the administration?
You think she ain't? You think no, she's not going to get a post in the administration. What she's going to do is okay, remember how this works for the white people? You see, Todd.
Oh, you mean when things go bad, they get a job in the private sector and they make twice as much as what they have made in the government sector.
See how that works for white people? You know how this story goes. Yeah. That white girl is like, look, if y'all don't get this blackface thing up off me, y'all gonna knock another $50,000 off my already $200,000 salary. Mm-hmm. Right? Let me.
It's funny you say that because someone asked me once, this person is in trouble, why don't you just fire them? And I said, well, for one thing, they haven't been convicted of anything. I don't know if it's true. And the second thing is they're a black person. And until we know it's true, I'm not doing anything because when black people get in trouble, they disappear for the rest of their lives. There's no way they can ever survive. Unlike white people, like you said, when they get in trouble, somebody looks out for them.
Because I told you,
they still got family.
See, and they pay for their jobs in advance. When them contracts, when you notice how that extra 20% we don't ever get, that's securing their bag for the next generation. Look, when we come back, we're going to ask you to answer the question, do you forgive her? Should we accept the apology? We took it out of context. We'll talk about it when we come back. I mean, seriously, I am appalled that they even let that get in the paper. That to me is the epitome of white privilege. Like she has 3/4 of a page to tell us why, to justify why she did blackface. I didn't mean it like that. Now, let a black man, Mr. President, did you ever have the opportunity to say, oh, no, that's not what I meant?
Oh, no, they didn't want that out of us. We'd send in op-eds and they'd be like, no, that's not important. We don't want to know what you think. You're only the president of the county board. Now, this is amazing. I really think her having this much face to say all the things she said. She starts out with Megyn Kelly, and then talks about how they elected her, and then how she did the Latino outreach.
She's addressing
and then she gets to say more.
Right. I mean, 3/4 of a page in a major daily to tell her. I just can't believe. Like, why would they even bring that up? Like, you won. Like, straight up, check this out. But black folks, this is
personal. This is a personal favor to her. It's got to be. I mean, how else she get this kind of coverage? It's got to be a personal favor to her.
Now, how does she have because did you think Harold Washington hooked up with that favor? So think about the gravity of this.
You know, Harold Washington didn't have a good relationship with the media either. I always tell people, the only black person I know who's ever had a favorable relationship with the media is Secretary White. All the other high people like Roland Burrs, since he was the controller, had very little because people don't really talk about the controller. So by the time they did talk about him, they were like, well, he shouldn't be the senator. So, you know, it's just tough, especially for a black male.
Keep talking. Are we back?
Hopefully, things will get better.
How much time?
Barack Obama's been president.
How much time?
Well, isn't that our hope that people see black people
1
in a
minute.
different light? But as we see by the incident at Midlothian, things aren't really getting better yet. People see us, they see a certain thing. There's something that comes in their mind that says, this person has to be violent, I have to be very careful, I should draw my gun. I see the same thing all over America. We're just not respected as just your average, normal citizen, as most of us are. Just trying to get by in life, do things for our families. We are thought of as someone who at any moment will be violent and has to be subdued. Except for Mace. Everybody knows Mace is a very low-key, not make a lot of trouble type of guy. Only the good kind of trouble.
Smooth jazz.
But yeah, I don't know what we learned from this, but I will say one thing. I hope that the administration has people in it and places that, people that we know who are community conscious in places that can make decisions for us.
No, they went and got all the carpetbaggers. Remember? That's why this shit happens. And they say it's okay. You just saw the chief of staff is from Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, is that a woman? Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. But you told me
She was on the front page of the Sun Times.
Oh, okay.
It's WVON's 4th annual South Suburban Jazz Crawl, a weekend of music and fun. Kicking off November 16th, that's right, Ladies' Night featuring the smooth jazz sounds of Delivery Point and a birthday celebration for WVON's own Perry Small. Where's it at? It'll be at the entrance located in Harvey, 15101 Dixie Highway. That's right, in Harvey, Illinois. Shout out to our guy, Keith Price, out there doing his thing. All right, tickets are $25 in advance, or get your Jazz Pass. That's right, your Jazz Pass, all 3 shows for just $60. $60. $60 for 3 shows. Now, for more information or to purchase tickets, visit WVON.com. That's right, it is the WVON 4th Annual South Suburban Jazz Crawl. You are tuned in, and Todd?
Yes, sir.
I'm back! That was my alter ego.
There was a Saturday Night Live episode with Dan Aykroyd, and it was just like that.
What?
He was playing 2 types of DJs, the FM DJ and the AM DJ.
Now, what was that? What was the FM DJ? Smooth jazz. Smooth.
Let's see, what was it like back in those days? I'm trying to remember. I think the FM guy was all rock, and the AM guy was smooth.
Smooth jazz. Smooth jazz. All right, now, Todd, I'm just telling you, man. Okay, so the election is over, and I'm sure that there are a lot of people that are mad at me at the campaign level because I talked about this black thing, right? And I feel like somebody has to wave the flag to be like, that's not okay, right? Not that we can't work it out, not that we can't fit, but somebody has to say, you can't do that. And I understand that on the inside of a campaign, because the way this young lady said, she said that she expected that someone leaked it as part of a campaign ploy. Once again, denying the complaints of the plaintiffs. That letter to me was victim shaming at its highest level. If you would replace that, though, I just feel like that was a victim shaming letter. And why couldn't they just let it be? Why couldn't she just, like, they won the election. Black people were not offended. Black people don't have a very high insult level already. And it's like, you ever been in a fight and you lose the fight and you walk away, and the person that, you done lost the fight already, and you walk away, but the person that was fighting you that won come behind you and won't let you, like, let it be?
Yes.
And they...
Yes. That's all I will say. Yes.
And it's like, okay, dog, I'm gone. I'm done. We through. Can we let bygones be bygones? WVON family, give me a call, 773-591-1690. I mean, I just felt like that was classless. Like, just say, I'm sorry. I did something wrong.
Yeah.
No matter.
There's too much here. There's just too much. We don't need to know all the rest of the stuff. You know, I shouldn't have done it. It was, hell, I was tired. It's been a long campaign, or it was just foolishness. And it shouldn't have happened. And then you move on.
It's like, you know, when you used to lie to your parents.
I'm sorry, Mace. How does that work?
Well, you know, I had heard, my friend told me that when you lie to your parents, and then you like start a lie, and then you keep digging, and then it keep getting bigger. But then while you telling it, it sounds like it makes so much sense.
Yeah, and there's this.
And then it's just
this
so,
is a lie.
Like then you read, and I imagine being able to read that. Like somebody today is good as that, because I'm telling you, this is what happened. There was a group of white girls around in a room. Yes, and say this, and we won, and you tell them, and you go, Becky. You know what, and we can tell them about themselves, and we can tell them they just don't understand the context, because you know how them white people be. You know, you ever seen a white person flex their white privilege?
Look at me.
Ty, why did you blink? You winced so hard when I said, have you ever, I mean, seriously, black folks, have y'all ever seen, like, have you ever seen white folks flex their white privilege? That letter was the biggest flex of white privilege. And then this is, she said, the Latino person. So it's 10 people with complaints. I just want y'all to understand why the whole time, if you paid attention, you go back and play the tapes. I was like, there are 9 black defendants. I know there was a Latino standing up there. You see how the white girl separate. The Latino actually did have some issues. Meanwhile, these people in blackface, why can't they just get over themselves? I mean, Becky! We do charcoal masks all the time and post them on Instagram.
Man, you know, the more you dissect this, the worse it sounds.
I'm so, cause you know what? I grew up in Bolingbrook. And I know that girl. Right? I know that girl, and that was the ultimate flex of white privilege. But Todd, man, we got to get out of here. When we get out of here today, I'm hungry, man. I'm hungry. Can we go to McDonald's? You think we could stop at McDonald's on the way to the crib, man? Because I'm telling you, Ty,
Right down the street.
I want to get this morning started with they got the 2 for $4 again. The 2 for $4 sandwiches. New to the lineup again is the bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle. Thick cut, applewood, smoked bacon, fluffy eggs, and melty cheese. Snuggled between 2 warm, sweet, maple flavored griddle cakes. The perfect balance of sweet and savory. Now you can also try an Egg McMuffin or a Sausage McMuffin with egg. Each made with fresh cracked eggs, real butter, and freshly toasted English muffins. So grab a friend. Todd, you kind of like my friend and my coworker. So because these deliciously breakfast sandwiches are 2 for $4. You know I love the 2 for $4.
No.
Only at McDonald's. Now Todd, I'm gonna tell you, Don't look. When we get out of here, we're gonna jump in the whip, go through the drive-through, grab our 2 for $4. You get the grits. I'm gonna grab an egg McMuffin, and we out of here. News, traffic, and weather is next. All right, y'all. Don't forget the turkey race. Take a moment, share the broadcast. Okay, did anybody read the apology yet? Are you still reading it? Cause ain't that ridiculous? I just can't. I just can't believe how ridiculous that apology is. That is the most backhanded.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen people try to run around things before, and this is definitely a runaround. Yeah, what she says, childish, yes, poorly timed, absolutely intentionally racist, not in the least. After that, you should say, but I really am sorry. Thank you.
Intentionally
She
racist.
goes on for like another half a page.
Why? Right. White people telling you why what they did ain't racist. Imagine the gravity of a white person explaining to you with a picture on their Instagram page explaining to you why that's not racist to the black person.
Yeah.
Telling you. Like that's not, but let me wear a sombrero. What would happen if I came here with a sombrero and a chewy mustache?
Chewy mustache. You didn't even say a Mexican. You said a Chewy.
I mean, cause man, see, think about it. The last campaign they was marketing Chewy mustaches. Huh?
Chewy does have the good-looking mustache.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, I mean, he got the straight. Chewy got a comb out mustache. You got the camera.
Yeah. Chewy's my guy. He used to be in Springfield with me. He was the state senator. Him and Miguel Devalle. And they were actually part of the Black Caucus. Yeah, we had some good times trying to get things done. Then they had more Hispanics. They got their own caucus. Even though the interesting part was there were Hispanics in the House. It's just that they were on different issues. But now they all get together. Kind of interesting to see that formation happen over time. But politics makes strange bedfellows. And I don't know what it's like in Springfield now, but as I used to say, back in those days, the Latinos, they used to fight like cats and dogs, man. You know, it was almost personal. Actually, they would say personal things and try to insinuate that certain groups were doing things only for their relatives. Man, it was ugly. That's at least one thing I can say for the Black Caucus. No matter what we said inside the room, we went out and we stuck together and we didn't fight each other in public. And that is one reason why a lot of people don't know, but the Black Caucus has some real respect among the other groups in Springfield. You know, they see us as a cohesive group, the black legislators. But like a lot of black organizations, we're not coming up with enough legislation. They're not even legislation, because it's not always about legislation, but policy to further our communities. Like, we need a plan to get black business in our black corridors. And a lot of that is what we call the cottage industries. How do we get our people in the storefronts that run up and down 87th, 79th, 75th? And how do we keep that money here? I mean, I think I've been going to meetings, I don't know, for the last 30 years, talked about government and policy and how do we jumpstart. And in those 30 years, we've always talked about the same thing. Getting people who live in our neighborhood to work in our neighborhoods, so that dollar will stay in our neighborhoods, and it'll circulate 5 times around, 10 times around, instead of what happens now, where we go to work somewhere else, we come home, we go to one of the stores on the strip, spend the money there. That person takes that money, and they immediately drive southwest, north, wherever it may be, but now that money is not circulating in our neighborhood. And as you know, a lot of these smaller businesses tend to be family businesses, so it's not like they're a lot of workers who come from the neighborhood. You know, that's where your kids used to get a start. You can work at somebody's store for Mr. Whoever, and you know, you learn a little bit about business while you're there. Now we don't have that so much anymore, and it's sorely missed. And then the interesting part, as I see it, is I don't see anybody looking to fill that space, and it's got to be filled at some point, or we're doomed. Mays should be back soon. The Oriental Theater is getting a new name. I mean, I've known it as the Oriental Theater forever. If I remember correctly, that is the theater that had a fire somewhere around the turn of the century. It was so bad, so many people were killed. They created some new laws about how doors open and things like that. I gotta look that up. Chance the Rapper, Cardi B, and T.I. have a new network series coming up.
Welcome to your life, returning back.
Good thing you came back, Mace. I was warning people of how important Black Panther was. No, I'm just
kidding. Everybody wants to rule the world. You are tuned in to the Talk of Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Sitting in with me is former Cook County Board President, Mr. President, I still like to call him, Ty Stroger. Mr. President, how you feeling over there, man?
Oh, great. You know, I love getting up at like 5.
Hey, get to your mic. I can't hear you. What'd you say?
Oh, I said, you know, I love getting up at 5.
You know what? Isn't it just the best?
It is.
When that alarm clock goes off, don't you just feel some sort of way?
Well, I feel like I've been up for like an hour and a half already, but...
Well, you've actually been up longer than that. If you go, what time do you get up?
Well, usually I wake up somewhere around 4-ish and wait for the alarm clock to come on and try to go back to sleep all that time.
Oh, okay. See, I'm all the way on the west side, so when the alarm clock go off 3:45, bam, I'm up. Because I know if I wait for the snooze, me and snooze don't do good. I snooze you from 3:45 to 9:30. We'll be talking about, where's Mace? Snooze.
I'm a 12-minute walk away if I walk fast.
Oh. Well, I am about, it takes me about 12 minutes in the car when I get on the expressway.
Even though now that the weather's changed, I am a 2-minute walk to the bus real fast, so I get over here.
Oh, the hawk don't chase you here?
Yes, it does.
Hey, now that is former Cook County Board President Ty Stroger. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. But at the top of the hour, got to say what's up to the WVON Morning Show team. What's up to Annette Flournoy in the newsroom, as well as Miss Sonia Escobar. She is the musical conductor of the Soul Plane. Can I do something real quick, y'all? Can I send a special shout out to my beautiful and lovely wife, Commissioner Carrie Steele. It is our 3rd wedding anniversary today.
You only got 20 more years to catch me.
Man, woo-wee. Well, you know what? The way as fast as this is going and as much fun as we having, it won't take us that much time. So I'm gonna tell you, we'll catch y'all. We're gonna catch y'all. We might lap you when we going, because it's to the world and back. It's the WVON Morning Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson, Todd Stroger. Hey, Todd, I don't know if you saw, well, first of all, let me let you know, WVON family, don't stay tuned, because your chance for the WVON turkey race is coming up. Now I'm 0 for 2 this week. I'm telling you now. I'm about to start. I'm gonna have to call somebody. I'm 0 for 2, but we all still.
Clipped your turkey's wings.
Hey man, I told you I got the flying turkey. I got turkey spurs on today. When I'm gonna ride this turkey to the finish line, we gonna win. All right, but keep listening for your chance to play. It's brought to you by the Reverend Dr. Willie Wilson and Harold's Chicken number 88, located at 124 East 35th Street in Chicago. Hey y'all, stop calling them about them fried turkeys. Don't call him about the fried turkeys no more.
You know, I met the owner of that franchise. Real nice guy.
He is, man. He's really, you know what? And man, when I come in there, you know what? Because all the De La Salle kids go over there and get their chicken.
That's right.
And my daughter used to come, she'd be like, Dad, she would come over, she'd be like, we got to go to the Harold's on 35th. So make sure you check them out. That's one of the good Harold's. You know it's good when they be like, Harold's.
That's right.
All right, speaking of Harold's. Hey, man. No, that's it, Harold's. Oh. Yo, well, actually, Harold's one. No. Let's go back. Let me move on to Chicago. Did you see Chicago yesterday lost? We did not get Amazon.
Yes, I was shocked.
You were shocked?
I was the only person, it seems, but...
You were shocked that we didn't get Amazon? I'm going to tell you that I was shocked too, because just in case you did not know, the WVON Morning Show won the Amazon contest as the most popular show in Chicago. We beat the TV, the radio, we beat everybody right here. So I was all for Amazon, right? But they didn't come. They're going to Washington, D.C. They're going to Washington, D.C., or excuse me, to Virginia. Right outside of Washington, D.C., where Jeff Bezos just built $1 million crib and all that good stuff. And then they also went to, where else? New York City.
New York City?
I think everybody loves that commercial, man. New York City!
Yeah.
But, you know, Chicago was on a streak. You know, we were on a corporate headquarter relocation streak under Rahm Emanuel. And, you know, for as much smack as we talk, it seemed like every time he went after a corporate headquarters to come to Chicago, they came. Do you think this is the new reality? Do you think that this is Chicago will stop becoming a world-class, not a world-class city, but a city that is that corporations are relocating to? Do you think that was a Rahm thing? Right? Because I think that's a new reality. Do you think that, what do you think was the factors? Why do you think we didn't get it? Do you think it has something to do with crime? The fiscal responsibility of the state? Fiscal positioning of the state? Why didn't we get Amazon?
Usually everything boils down to money. So, you know, I'm going to guess they thought that the package that they got from New York and Virginia was just a better package in the long term for them. You know, we're talking about, what, like $100 million in the end once you add all the money up. So they probably just felt like it was a fiscally responsible thing to move out there.
It was a fiscally responsible thing to do.
For the shareholders.
Okay. I got it. Well, check it out. It is, I feel like this whole Amazon thing was a no-lose situation if you were in development, right? Because all of those sites that were chosen for development became active. Mm-hmm. There was a vision placed for each one of them. So out of this Amazon bid, we got now Lincoln Yards. They building a whole new city within the city up north. right? The Michael Reese site now being re-envisioned. See, I feel like it's kind of like the Olympics, sort of, when they sold us on getting the Olympics and all the vision of what Chicago could be.
Yeah, but I don't think nothing happened.
You're right, nothing did happen, but I think Lincoln Yards is happening. Right? Sterling Bay. So I remember, because the mayor said yesterday all those sites are going to be developed anyway. Right? You think about like the over by the river West, and then in the North Branch area, that area is now primed for development regardless of Amazon. So I think that whether Amazon came or not, the development, that the potential for those sites, the vision for other sites, and people being able to say, ooh, if Amazon could go here, perhaps I could. Right. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that more corporations come in. But I wonder, will we see a slowdown in development and a slowdown in corporations relocating? Because I think that part of the housing boom had to be correlated to the all these relocations of these people coming here and trying to live in the city. Will that slow down the economic growth of the city, do you think?
Well, I think it's just a natural function of the city where you're going to have busts and booms. And, like I said, we had a boom, with Google and all that kind of stuff, all those other places up there with your friend Alderman Burnett. They just
Oh, that's not your friend now? You better stop it. That's my guy, right? I'm telling you.
He's my friend. He'll always be my friend. He just fouled me hard a few times, and I'll never.
Both of y'all, y'all play basketball? Both of y'all 5'4".
No, I'm 5'6". He's 5'4". We played in when we went to New York. We had a great time in New York. New York City. We did everything.
So, was that the trip? Did Marlo go with y'all on that trip?
Yep. We all.
Oh, the good old days.
Crossed the street and played basketball. I don't know where we were. I guess it might have been German.
What about your friends? Will they let you down? You know what? Will they? No, that's TLC.
Oh, TLC. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I do that.
So, you know what? When we come back, I want to talk about this growth and this boom. Because I do think when you talk about Alderman Burnett and you talk about probably Pat Dow, you talk about Michael Scott, when you talk about Jason, when you talk about some of these black wards that were on the brink or on the cusp, some of them have blown up and developed, but some were about to be on the cusp of developing. Will we see that boom or bust continue? Will there be a boom continue, or will it be a bust? And now that we've gotten some mayoral candidates jumping in a race, how will that all play into the mix? Let's talk about it when we come back and talk Chicago 1690. Hey, I seen Alderman Burnett and Todd dunking on the Nerf hoop.
I'm afraid to dunk.
I seen them dunking on the Nerf hoop.
I don't want to fall. Yeah. We play under the rim, as they say. But it was fun. I'll say that. We gotta have adult fun now. Sit around in restaurants and talk to each other. Yeah. Hey.
All right, y'all, take a moment. Share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. All right, who's rocking with us? What up, Reggie Brown? What up, Vern? What up, Bueller? Hey, y'all, Bueller having a big old party. I hope she invited everybody. I need to check my invite, because I don't know if I got my RSVP. Shout out to Sharon Ugochi. What up, Michelle Flagg? What up, Jacques? What up, Patrice Roberson? What up, Reggie Brown? What up, Sonia Escobar? What up, Salim Muwakil, Lorraine Little, Alvin E. Norton, Brother Patah? What up, Bueller? What up, Wilson Coleman? What up, Christopher Devine? What up, Alvin E. Norton? What up, Cousin David? I think we coming to eat up all your food for Thanksgiving, I think I'm gonna throw something on the grill. I think I might make my new world famous bacon wrapped meatloaf. David, it's off the chain. Or I might throw something in the smoke and make a little brisket or something. We'll see, but I think we coming. You know what? Could you make a bacon wrapped brisket? I think it would probably be hard because if you smoked the bacon on it, probably wouldn't get crispy. How could you do that? I gotta think about that because it was bacon wrapped. Like, could you get like a sheet of bacon? Like, get it instead of a little, and then just. Okay, I'm gonna stop. What up? I'm gonna start making a bacon bark. Ooh, I wonder, can you make a bacon rub? Like, could you rub your meat in bacon? I know y'all like, stop with the swine. I know. What up, Alonzo Eccles? What up, Antonio? What up, Roberto Sepulveda? What up, Cuzzo? Hey, man, David, can I tell you what I appreciate? I truly appreciate your stories of triumph. They are so inspirational on Facebook. Your spirit and your positivity is so dope. Well, Dave, Todd, we're back. And she's dedicated the song to you. Every now and then, I get a little crazy. But that's not the way it's supposed to be. It's a little hazy. I can't tell who I should trust or just who I let trust me, yeah. You are tuned in to the Talk of Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Sitting in with me is former Cook County Board President Todd Stroger.
You know, Maze, I apologize to WVON family. I got that mixed up with Jody Watley's friend with Rakim.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
It's Rakim. It's Rakim.
Rakim.
It's not Keem. Kim. Rakim. Right?
Eric B. and Rakim.
Rakim. Right. You know them say Eric B. and Rakim. It's Eric B. and Rakim. Yeah. You know what Sonya, because Sonya is the musical conductor of the Soul Plane. She gonna find that one too, because that was a great Friends song too. What about your friend? You know what? Let's not even talk about Friends. I'm not going to go right now. I want to talk about, though, will this boom continue? And can the next mayoral candidate continue it? Now, I'm going to tell you, to be the mayor of Chicago, it is a daunting task. You know, Todd, I'm still thinking about that girl who said, I was in the mayoral I was in the ultimate campaign, and somebody threatened me. Like, you ain't doing Chicago politics if you ain't gotten threatened.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on, man. When I saw
people walked up to you and grabbed their paper, give me that.
Right. Hey, man, that's part of the game. You know, when I saw that press conference the other day, and they was talking about one of the aldermen on the west side had supposed gang members. That's what they said. Gang members came and intimidated us and took our petitions.
Man, that sounds familiar. I think I read that.
I was like, guys, that's called the game. It's like, that's like part of the fun of it all, right? Like, if you don't get in if you ain't trying to play.
Yeah, because you know the game, so.
But see, that's what happened is then you let the white people in, they come over, and they come in the neighborhood. I knocked on the door, and I walked up to this group of guys, and there was this big cloud of smoke, and when I tried to talk to them, they were rude to me. I was just telling them they needed to exercise their right to vote. And they just told me, who you know around here? And then they started looking at me like a lamb chop. They were like, what kind of shoes are those? Where'd you get that jacket? What time? So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you, I can sense it already that the mayor's race is gonna be nasty. Now you know how I know it's gonna be nasty?
How you got it?
Because Rahm Emanuel is out, and I just heard that old kick him in the shins is declared that she's getting in. Kick him in the shins.
I'm guessing that's Susanna Mendoza.
Yes. Now, as you all know, kick him in the shins, Mendoza like to kick black people in the shins. And before it got too dirty, I just want to say for the record, I told y'all so. Troy La Riviere got out of the race. Now, let me just say this. I always am concerned about the ultra-liberal, goody-two-shoes, progressive. I believe that we should not be tainted by the money involved in politics, and I will not take $1 from anyone who, and my integrity is so great that I am better than you, and I am a woke snobbery. Whenever I see that, I be like, they'll never make it.
Yeah, as money is flying around all over the place, and yeah.
I don't need your money. I don't want that money. Oh, I am above you.
This is America. Capitalism is king.
Right. So, I had a stinking suspicion because 36,000 petitions. That's a lot of signatures, and at $2 a pop.
That's a lot of money.
That's $72,000 just to get on the ballot. And if you ain't got no organization, and again, remember, once CTU got their contract, all the huff and I said CTU wasn't gonna jump behind because CTU got their own candidate now. So he got undercut. But so instead of just walking away, I just really didn't appreciate the shots he took. Because did you read his exit statement?
No, I just read the headline and I was like, oh.
Nah, you gotta read the press release.
Oh, so it really says something.
I mean, he was like, so he tries to build up the suspense. He says, and I'm special too. It was a famous rapper who asked me if he could talk to me. And I said, no, not if you won't meet me at my office.
What?
Damn. I'm like, hey, bro, you trying to get the mistake number one.
Right.
If the money guy call you and say, can we meet? You go see the money guy.
Man, the guy
Right.
I had to ask this guy for $2,000. I met him in his apartment.
Right. That's part of the game. Then he was like, and because his support of Donald Trump, I am just above and I cannot be involved. So it was all suspenseful. Then he said, in case you were wondering, I have left with my integrity, and I am more integrity than anyone else in the campaign, you cannot do anything outside losing. So,
Yeah.
again, I told you that politics is not always the choice between right and wrong. The choice is between wrong and wronger sometimes. The person that has to be the mayor of Chicago, hey man, you gotta get your hands dirty. And if you think I told you, some of these people need to be policy experts. Go be a policy expert, but take your ego out of it. And it was the most egotistical exit that I ever saw in my entire life.
I'm gonna have to read it.
Yeah, read it. Because I was just like,
No.
and at the same time, Kick 'em in the Shins has announced that she is in. So can I just tell you, and then on top of it, let me just add this. Toni Preckwinkle today is unveiling her 5-year plan for the Cook County Board. First of all, she just elected to a 4-year program, so how's she making a 5-year plan that she don't even want the damn job? So this is what she gonna do. She gonna leave you stuck with you remember how Mayor Daley gave you the 5 years of the lifetime of parking meters and then bounced?
Yeah.
She wanna give the county a package and then bounce. It's almost like my friend, well, I ain't going to even use that analogy, but I'm just going to say. And then on top of that, all of a sudden, now it seems like the Kochman case is coming back, which is, yes, they are now trying to get the files released on what happened behind the scenes in the Kochman case. Now, in case you're not aware of the Kochman case, that is the case where Richard Veneco, grandson of the mayor Daley, right? Yeah, a nephew of the mayor was convicted of manslaughter or killing a young man. He did like 90 days in Lake County and got out. But I think the coincidence of it all coming up right now all plays into the mayor's race. And so when I talk about this being nasty, This is going to become a grimy, nasty, nasty campaign. And I'm going to tell black people. Remember how y'all told me we need to pick a candidate already? And how many of y'all, if y'all would have early voted right now and you early voted for Troy, where would your vote be right now? In the garbage. Could you please listen to your boy? Let me talk to you about these elections. I think I was Russian and French at the same time. I mean, I started Russian and then I ended up in French.
You had dual citizenship.
Dual citizenship. Let me tell you about these elections, man. Now I'm back in Jamaica. We'll talk about it all when we come back after news, traffic, and the weather, man. So, okay, so first of all, Troy's exit was shady. Now, but this is why I'm telling you that black people do not need to be spending this time trying to pick a black mayoral candidate. We need to start being able to communicate with each other. We need to know that once the real people are on the ballot, there is a method and a means of communication that nobody black says, oh, I didn't know about that. Oh, I didn't hear about that. So every group, we know what they do. Like understanding and how can we talk to each other. And then once the process weeds out, and we weed out, because the election process will weed people out. So you think it's 17 black candidates, but by the time they get through challenging petitions, it's going to be 2. And then you got to pick between the 2. Because I'm just telling you, you got people that are targeting 12,000 petitions, 13,000 signatures. It ain't as easy as people think to go out here and get these signatures. And 36,000 signatures is a lot. Think about 50 wards, 30 townships, all of those committeemen, and they only came up with 30,000 signatures. 30,000 divided by 80 is less than 300 each. Are we back?
Yeah.
I think she's queuing it up.
Oh, okay. No, you're right. I mean, I've been go out for 2 hours, knock on doors, come back with 10 signatures. You know, that's tough. And the best signatures are the ones you get when you do knock on doors. So, it's hard. Very hard.
And people think they gonna just go stand. People think they just standing. They can go stand somewhere and sit out there and get. City clerk, there is Willie Wilson is running a Latino girl. I can't think of her name, but I saw her for city clerk. And Pat Horton is running for city clerk as well. Yes. So don't sleep on Pat Horton. She done snuck up on people before. And in the case of a rebellious black vote, right? Now, Anna Valencia is probably... But again, black people will vote for Anna Valencia because we got black people running around bringing Anna Valencia to the black neighborhood. Like, she's down with my guy. But I don't think she should get a free pass. I think she need to work. It's like... I feel like we could right now. They're gonna give away the treasure. We're gonna allow the treasure spot to be stolen, and give up the space to the Latino. So now the only thing you're gonna have is budget, because Danny Solis would have zoning.
Yeah, zoning. Yeah.
Burke would have finance. Alderman Austin would have budget. Amaya Pawar is trying to have the treasurer.
Right.
Anna Valencia would have the clerk, and there would be nobody black. And y'all it's like, and y'all running around here talking about we won. It's like, I promise you, if Carrie was not if she was not a Cook County elected official, I probably would move, because it is really getting to a point of, like, it wears on my brain how crazy we be getting ran, and nobody says. I mean, it's like it's so innocuous that it's insidious because it's like it's just happening, and it's like it's woven into like this. The fact that this chick could write that letter and get away with it, and somebody greenlit that. Somebody that she could write that letter and get 3/4 of a page in the second biggest newspaper in Chicago and say that bullshit.
Somebody had to look at that letter before it got on.
Right.
Yeah. Somebody had to say, yeah, okay, that looks good. Well.
And it makes me go crazy. Troy called in. Troy called into the morning show, but then he said he wasn't calling in anymore. He wasn't, and we used to reach out to him, and he's decided that I wasn't the platform anymore. So the problem for a lot of people is that like even because Troy went to U of I, and I knew Troy, and I liked Troy as a person, but it's like when we start, that's that Ungawa Black Power stuff, and it's like when I start hearing people saying stuff, saying everything that you can't say to win, then I'm like, man. And so it's like you asking me to come co-sign something that I know is just not the way it is. And it's like I think Troy is ran into what Amara ran into last time, which is this shit is real. Like this is Chicago. Like
How do you run for an office and try to be non-political? Yeah.
How do you run for office and become non-political?
They just make you the clerk.
Exactly. And it's like, so when you see, it's like what people want me to do is ignore what I know and ignore everything that I've learned in the hopes that, again, this is going to be some magical candidacy, right? Like there's going to be the Holy Spirit of candidacies. No, Madigan does not have a Holy Spirit of candidacies. You know what he does? He tell mugs to work. He be like, you cannot argue at hard work. Dude be like, they got to knock on 500 doors a day. Every day. And there's somebody standing right there and they walking. Everybody want to be on TV and get the mics and have the mic stand in front of them. Nobody wants to do the unsexy stuff. Nobody wants to be on the phone. Nobody wants to freaking call people and say I need money. But how do you get your message out? Right, that's why you don't even see them at the... Chew down, friends, don't be around. Deep down. I'm dedicating this to you. It's about your friends.
How are you?
You are tuned into the Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Sitting in with me is former Cook County Board President Ty Strojan. I'm dedicating that Jody Watley. What about your friends? Shout out to the young Democrats of Cook County.
Yeah.
Go throwback. What was y'all, class or what? What y'all was the Cook County Young Dems? Man, I remember seeing that picture. I used to go in the alderman's office. You had them big old glasses. Y'all, it was you.
What, like these are?
No, you had the turtle. You had like the big old, they were like tortoise glasses. Oh, then it was you, Alderman Marlowe. Y'all was in the conventions and all that stuff. Dang, friends. Man, where are your friends when you need them the most? Come on, y'all. I still cook.
Rakim was considered one of the best lyricists at the time.
You know what? They still say Rakim is one of the best. I put him in the top 10. He ain't in the top 3.
Yeah, all right.
You know, Salim over there.
Top 10 anything about
Salim said Rakim is the number 1. Nobody is better than Jay-Z. What's wrong with you? Hey, y'all, man. Look, all right. So, look, this mayor's race is going to get real nasty, y'all. And people are going to have to pick sides. I'm just going to tell you that I don't want to throw shade at Troy, but I do feel like his exit for as lackluster of a campaign that existed up until this point, I don't think he needed to throw any shade at Amara or at Chance, right? It's like if you exit, then you exit.
Yeah,
and
you're just out.
Right. It's like, but I like the whole exit with I'm better and I left unscathed and it's like, dog, was you running for mayor or was you running for Jesus? Right? Like, this the mayor of Chicago, bro.
Right.
Like, don't that self-righteous stuff, that's when you see the self-righteous candidate that is so regal and noble that they are better than the candidates themselves, than the people.
You don't get any points for being pure.
Right. You don't right. See, that's another one of those things where I'm going to run a campaign above the crowd. Them people them be the ones that lost. They be waking up and they be like, "What do you mean? You next thing you wake up, they done talked about your mama, talked about your kids. You talking about I'm going to stay above the fray, and you bled out. All right. Then you see kick him in the shins in the race, man. Kick him in the shins, Mendoza. And man, Todd, I'm so nervous about this. Cause
you think she can win?
I do think she can win, and she gonna be rounding black folks up. I mean, seriously, you think black folks was leaving Chicago? Do you remember when she told Roland Burris to sit down and shut up?
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine?
That hurt my soul.
I mean, so Roland Burris, he's not short on ego. Let's just be clear. He will tell you who he is and what he has done.
Yes,
he without a doubt. But sometimes you got to just give the elders their props and just go, you was, okay, brother, you was the first black attorney general. We give it to you. Yeah. You was a comptroller. We're going to give it to you, yes. And you were a black U.S. senator.
Yes.
Right? You sat in Barack Obama's seat.
Can't take that away from him.
Now, can I ask a question? How do Susanna Mendoza get to pitch which Negro which elder she gonna be respectful to, and because remember when she thought she was gonna lose and she sat right up under the secretary and she was, it's like he's my uncle, my great grandfather, and gave him job the first. Job the first. I mean, as soon as it was over, right over there. How many jobs she give? How many jobs Mr. White get over there, and how many jobs did the speaker get? But who was she going to church with? And then I also want to know how many. You know where the Nazi votes came from? Guess where the second highest Nazi total came from?
Where?
The 13th Ward. Oh. Wow. Yeah. Black people, y'all better stop it. Stop it. Ty, why you over there giggling, man? Look, because you know what time it is.
You're working them over today.
Look, Ty, I'm trying to get back in the game, man. This is Ty. We got to be freedom fighters, man. See, this is when you freedom fight. Then this how they see the black folks how you be a freedom fighter, hungry freedom fighter.
Right. Running around the jungle eating fruit.
Right. They having steak on the plantation.
Drinking brown water.
How y'all getting me in trouble? Oh Lord. Okay. Hey Ty, but check this out. We're gonna move on. I don't know. Did you see this thing in the UK? They are talking about microchips.
In the UK.
In the UK, bloody good, chop. Bloody good. They're saying that underneath your...
Isn't this the sign of the beast?
See? I said the same thing. So, let me ask a question to everybody here.
I'm not religious.
Would you allow your company or the government to implant a microchip in your body. Now they're saying that microchip could be used to pay for things. It could be used to have your medical information. It can be used to track whether you're in and out of the building. I'm gonna tell you.
I saw Doctor Who. It can be used to make you into a Cyberman.
A Cyberman. Hey man, they were saying that now it's getting ready to start a race for people to compete to see how much electronic stuff they can actually have. Like rich people
I can see that coming.
right? Like well, think about. I used to say, remember when they said cashless society?
Yes.
And people would be like, man, I'm never giving up my money. Can I tell you something? I remember the other day I ran out the house and didn't have no cash, and I had my phone and I was straight. I was like, oh, I got Apple Pay, I got my debit card on my phone, I could watch. And so I think about, and I remember when there was a time when people said that this cell phone, you'd be able to use it to pay for stuff. You go to vending machines, they said, and now and I was like, man, you sound crazy. What? Never. And now it is the norm. You think about your cell phone as like your hand.
Oh yeah, it's a small computer.
And so understanding that, Todd, would you ever consider allowing someone to put a microchip in you, and you imagine you could walk into the place and you don't even got to pay. You could walk out of the store and you ain't never got to pay because they just put it on your credit.
Well, I'm a sci-fi reader, so when you were out doing bad things in the streets, I was at home reading some sci-fi books. and the books, they talk about everything that you were just talking about. They predict all this kind of stuff, and I'm not. But what happens is, I may be against having an implant or anything put in me, because I don't even want an earring. But
you ain't get your earpiece, man.
Yeah, I know. But society will make it where if you don't do it, you can't survive.
Now, they talked about this in the Bible, and they talked about it being the mark of the beast. There's places in the West Loop where they won't take your cash anymore.
Yeah.
Where they say if you don't swipe, you ain't no eating around these parts.
Right.
Todd, could you imagine there being a day and your kids will be like, oh, it's no big deal.
I keep on telling her, man, your generation fool around, y'all gonna be ruled by robots.
Oh, but you think about, could you imagine? So, you call 773-591-6090. Would you ever consider a microchip? Also, don't forget the turkey race is coming up. Turkey race is coming up. So we'll talk about that, and we're going to have the exclusive, don't forget, at 8:30. You know what? We'll talk about it when we come back. News traffic and weather's next. Wait, is the Obama... Oh, it's today and then tomorrow. I'm sorry. So... No, but he tell if he took his shot. Go ahead. Yeah. All right, what up, Wilson Coleman? What up, Nicole Rogers? What up, Gail Schneider? Did y'all know that in China, now when you walk into the building, I'm doing the contest before I go out of this.
Right, I was going to
That's why.
number.
So did you know in China that when you go into a building, they can track you by facial recognition, and they say you're in the building. They know, like, when you're walking down the street, all of that stuff. Do you know that in China, they set a limit on the amount of toilet paper you can use? So you get 10 squares per 15 minutes. So, can you imagine? I don't know if I've ever been able to get out the bathroom. Well, I mean, with 10 squares?
Yeah, that'd be pretty tough.
Right? It's some stinking people in China.
Mace, the facial recognition you're talking about, that's at O'Hare, that's at Midway.
Yeah.
That's all throughout the city on those cameras on State Street and stuff.
Yeah,
in the movies.
but the thing in China is it's on display.
Yeah.
So like literally on like when you walk in the building, it's saying you're walking in the building. They say blah 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 blah. They track you going in, they track you going out. It's like it catches everybody. It like literally. So when you go to the bathroom in that building, it's connected to the whole thing. So when you go to the bathroom, the computers are done. you hit the button to use the toilet sheets, it says it starts a clock. You can't get any more. But it's like they were saying it manages efficiency, all of that stuff. Man,
That's a little, that's Big Brother actually. That's what the 1984 is about, where you are micromanaged to toilet paper.
The voice of hell died yesterday.
Huh?
The voice of hell died yesterday.
Who's that?
Whoever the voice of hell was, the computer from the 2000 Stanley Kubrick movie.
Oh, that guy.
Yes, the voice of hell. The guy,
Oh,
hell.
yeah.
Hell 2000 or whatever.
Yeah, Hell 2000, yeah.
Yeah, he died yesterday.
He was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, I always tell Hans, man, I don't want to be in your generation, but y'all gonna be slaves to some robot at some point.
Maze, are you familiar with these hoodies that they sell that deflect facial recognition?
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's clothing.
There's always a
There's
counter to everything.
clothing that does it, and apparently it'll do just if you wear the hood, it'll do enough to. There's some material in it that throws off the cameras, and they can't get a good picture of your face.
The black market is the greatest thing in the world. I used to read those type of books where people, they always had some counter when it was a new technology.
we're back. Is coming. And the mark of the beast is coming. Oh, I thought we was back. Tanel, I'm sending you the graphics. Y'all want to see my work? I've been doing some work. Okay. Oop, I messed up. Hold on. Mark of the beast is coming, yeah. Said the mark of the beast is coming. You are tuned into the Talk Chicago 1690 AM. Todd, we are talking about microchips. A British company has installed microchips in up to 4,000 of their employees. Now, I grew up in the church, man, and they talked about a time where there would be a mark of the beast. 666 but it was, remember they said you could not buy nor sell goods without having this mark. And I'm telling you, man, I remember people saying we were going to move to a cashless society, and I said, there's no way it could happen. And now I can't go nowhere without my debit card, and I'm almost through with my debit card. Mm-hmm. When they ask me for cash, it's almost like I'm offended. What? You don't take it? Man, I'm like, I don't even know how they valet cars anymore. Right? Because I'm like, wait. You need cash. So, I know it seems far-fetched, but do you think that it could be possible that we will get microchip? Todd, will you ever get a microchip?
The only way I can see getting the microchip is if I can't live without it. I mean, I think that's what I think it's going to. I still carry cash. I love to have, 5 and some 1s, you never know when you're going to have to give a tip or jump on the bus or whatever. Even though I now have a venture card, I just did that just a couple of months ago, but man, I don't want them, Mark.
You know what? I stop at the bank usually once a week and grab some cash just for those miscellaneous times. But it almost becomes inconvenient. Like I'm mad at my newspaper man on 87th Street because I always be like, I don't get it together, frizzer. I don't have any change.
No.
I say, do you take Apple? Like,
Right.
man, if you don't get your butt up out of here.
Right.
Hey, let's go to the phone lines. We got a caller. Mike, you're on the Talk Chicago 1690.
Hey, good morning. We are going to a cashless fund society. I would never have the government or anybody else implant anything in me that could track me for any reason because of my sci-fi history in terms of reading sci-fi books. I come from the 1984 Orson Welles situation. I mean, my religion doesn't teach that, but that's just how I am. And Susan Mendoza, I wouldn't vote for her if she was the only name printed on the ballot. I remember her legislative history, and if black folks are smart, they'll do the same. And that's my comment. Have a good day.
Man.
You too, Mike.
You too, Mike. Thank you for calling in. Yeah, man, the mark of the beast is coming. Hey, man, mark of the beast, Susanna Mendoza, is there a coincidence? Right? Like,
Right.
remember?
Right. Pull yourself back.
I'm just saying, but here's the thing, right? Remember her? Isn't that the one who said that when you get arrested, they want your DNA samples? Remember?
Yeah, I think I do
Remember that?
Yep.
Not that far away from a chip.
Hmm.
Could you imagine her saying something like, ooh, chip all the criminals?
Interesting.
I'm just telling you. Could you imagine if law enforcement said, think about a person that, I'm just telling you, what if law enforcement said that if you go to prison, you go to jail, you're arrested, you have to be microchipped instead of home monitored?
You mean like we do with our dogs?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm just letting y'all know. I am letting you know. This microchip thing, in the hands of the wrong people.
They probably put it in your butt because there's a lot of space.
Ew!
I mean, like in your gluteus maximus.
Oh! Oh! Too much information. Too much information. Look.
Got too technical.
Let's go to Frank. Frank, you're on the Talk Chicago 1690.
Hey, Brother Mays, thank you for taking my call. Brother Mays, I think we'll move to a cashless society, but what they're going to do about the drug department, the cartel, I don't think they're going to have it. But as far as the chip is concerned, I think it is going to get a problem. Not in our generation, but I think the military is going to do it. And I think people who are going to get tired of their kids and being kidnapped, like the babies who are being kidnapped, and the post office system who's missing. And just think if she had a chip, we can go right to them and sign up. We won't do it, but it's going to eventually get to that. We all going to be chipped.
Oh, Lord, Frank. See, man, I'm not going. When they start coming around passing out the chip, because I'm going to tell you, you don't know what that chip going to do, what other actions it can do. They practicing right now. All right, speaking of practicing right now, we are warming up. We are warming up. The turkeys are in the pen. They are... I see. Hey, little turkey, sit down. Sit down. All right, I want the big turkey today because I'm winning the race. Now, it's time for the WVON turkey race. I need the 20th caller, 773-591-1690, and you'll have your chance to play and win a turkey from the Reverend Dr. Willie Wilson. That's Reverend Willie Wilson. And Harold's Chicken, number 88, 124 East 35th Street in Chicago, Illinois. I need caller number 20. I need you to call now because when we come back, we are going to have this turkey race, and I'm winning this time. I got to win on my own show. It's the WVON Morning Show. We'll be back.
The talk of Chicago and the voice of the nation. 1690 WVON, Berwyn.
Go ahead, Todd.
Now you got me worried. I'm going to go home and throw all my electronics.
I mean, it's like y'all talking about y'all can't get chipped. They don't need to chip you.
Oh, I saw Enemy of the State too.
Let me tell you why they don't need to chip you though. Cause you'll go get your chip. Leave out the house without your phone and see what happens. They don't need to put no chip in to find out where you at, cause it's in you. You say
your location device. So yeah, right.
You all should watch. I was watching this special on Vice, and they were saying how when you opt in, Apple. So speaking of this, Android makes you opt in, and they say that they get everything in your phone. So basically when you opt in, when you sign up for Android and you opt in, like to activate your phone, you have to give them access to all your information. Mm-hmm. Apple is like, no. When you opt in, we want to give you the ultimate in privacy, right? So Apple won't crack your phone. They won't put a chip in, a back door, none of that stuff. And they're fighting to get European rules because their model is not built on the data. Android's business model is really built on owning your data, right? So yes, they sell you the phone, but they make more money selling your information. So they can tell you from an Android phone exactly everything, and they track it. You should watch the Vice special. This is a guy who only went on Facebook like once a week. They had 1,200 pages of information on him, right? Everywhere he went, they had every text message that he sent through Facebook, through all of that. So now, I'm not saying I'm not vulnerable through Facebook, but I'm saying that with Android, to register the phone when you accept the terms, it says they got your phone book, your conversations, everything. And so Europe, yes. So this whole thing about these phones and, the microchips and us being like indignant about the microchips is that they get you to a point where you're so addicted to the phone that they don't have to. It's like a slave. There's a certain point when they have conditioned your mind where they don't have to tie you or chain you up because you ain't leaving the boundaries, mm-hmm. right? And it's the same thing. I'm not denigrating anybody. I'm just saying, like, when I watched that Vice special and they were saying, like, how it is in Europe where they've clamped down and you have ultimate control over your info, and in the United States, all of the tech companies are fighting against it. Apple is fighting to lock the phone down. The rest of the companies, from Facebook to Android to all of that, and every app that you get on Android gives them complete access to your phone. Mm-hmm. All of it. So everybody that Apple's not the same way. Antonio.
That's scary.
Cherie. Cherie.
Cherie, yeah.
Cherie McNeil.
Okay. So when you look at the Apple CEO is fighting right now to get European standards, and it's all of the other companies for European privacy standards. Do you remember when Apple had that big incident and they were trying to get Apple to open up that guy's phone to find, and everybody was like, you've got to do it, and they were like, you're crazy, and Apple was like, no, because the second we do it, then y'all can open up our phones for anything. Mm-hmm. You'll be calling us to open up everybody's phones. Man, it was so deep. I never even thought about it like that. But the companies, I do think about like the voter file. I remember when this whole analytics stuff first came out, when the Republicans first started doing it, and the micro-targeting and just having the information, and now the information that we willingly give, it was crazy. No, and I think most Americans don't mind until, again, the hack happens, and then you wonder how 5 million names just got released to the world. It's like, that's why I say, shouldn't nobody have, shouldn't, oh, look at that. Look, Chicago is all in. Thank you very much. Amazon made a mistake, but they sent a picture of us in the email, so thank you very much. And it's wonderful that they actually yay, look, they gave me some love. Thank you, I appreciate that. Thanks to Chicago All In, we didn't get no cut of the contract. But anyway, I'm just telling y'all, man, it's crazy out here. Crazy. Todd, you look forlorn, man.
Well, you know, I don't really want my children working for robots.
That's why you got to get rich.
Yeah. There is a book by Isaac Asimov, the Foundation series, and it's about exploring new planets and developing. And on one of the planets, everybody is tied into their computers. They have a big spread, like 100 acres, and they don't talk to each other anymore. They don't have to use these.
Wait, is it Cherie?
And that may be where we're going to. Shoot, I'm trying to make sure my children don't sit on the computer all the time. I think it's time for the race.
Get my turkey ready.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Rise and shine with the WVON Morning Show.
Wake up, wake up, wake up!
Featuring Maze Jackson.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
The WVON Morning Show.
Wake up!
Call 773-591-1690. Wake up!
Look! Dreams, spirits, tomatoes, green. Wait, she ate dogs? Beans, greens, tomatoes. You name it. You are tuned in to the Talk of Chicago, 1690 AM. We got beans, greens, ham, tomato, turkey. Turkey? Oh, yeah, line them turkeys up, because it is time for the WVON turkey race. But before I get ready with the turkey race, got to say what's up to the WVON Morning Show team. What's up to Todd Stroger, former Cook County Board President. How you feeling, Mr. President?
Yeah, excellent.
Excelente. Oh, man, we ain't on la late, man. Get it right. Do you feel excellent? And then, did I lose some sound? Then I got to say what's up to Annette Flournoy in the newsroom. Annette, how you feeling? And Miss Sonia Escobar. She is the musical conductor of the Soul Plane. But you know, we have gotten the Soul Plane and we have landed at Balmoral, right? We at Balmoral Park for the turkey race. And lined up, You know what? Our newest jockey to ride the turkey is Cherie McNeil from Aurora, Illinois. Cherie, how are you feeling this morning? Are you ready to ride the turkey? All right. Now, Cherie, what part? You from Aurora? Oh, are you originally from Schaumburg? Well, are you ready now? Let me ask you a question. I need for you to tell me, do you know how to play the game? Okay, so check it out. Now, you got to pick. No shameless plug. No shameless plug. But you got to pick a turkey. Now, I'm not plugging the Mays Jackson turkey. I'm not plugging him. Because you could also get Perry Small, Reverend Al Sharpton, the governor of talk radio, Cliff Kelly, Chat Daddy Sam's, get you a drink. Then you got Mark Wallace and Insane Wayne. Cherie, who are you picking? You know what? Thank you. So look, let's strap this turkey up. Put my rocket ship on. Put the rocket packs on my turkey. Because, Cherie, we about to win this thing. I'm telling you. All right. You ready? On your mark. Come on, y'all. Get those turkeys ready. Get that turkey off me. Come on. Let's go. And what the heck? Mark, get back here. Mark, hit the red light. Red light, Mark. Watch out, I'm giving Perry an elbow. Back up. Well, Mace, get out the mirror.
And the winner is Mace.
Yay! All right, Cherie, we won. All we do is win. Because we are the champions. Cherie McNeil, tell me how you feeling after that. I'm tucking out, man. I'm tucking out feathers everywhere.
I have faith in you, Maze. I have faith in you.
Thank you so much. And you know what? And that's some of that suburban love, too. Because, I feel you out there in Aurora. You around there about Fox Valley, the premium outlet malls, all that good stuff. I'm going to come check you out. But check this out. As the winner, congratulations, Cherie, because you picked me, the winning turkey. And you get a free turkey, courtesy of the Reverend Willie Wilson and Harold's Chicken, number 88, located at 124 East 35th Street. Now, Cherie McNeil, thanks for playing the WVON turkey race. And you know what? What you gonna tell him?
I'm going to tell him that Maze Jackson, WVON, he'll show with me.
That's what I'm talking about. Cherie, thank you very much. We appreciate you. And we are the winners, the champions. I knew my turkey. I was tired. I'm telling you. I told this turkey, I said, now you could be fried to fricassee later on today if we don't win this race. Y'all gonna be on my show and can't win the turkey race. Woo! Okay, tired.
I think Cherie was in her cubicle because
she was talking. She's like, Maze. And I was yelling louder. Maze. She's like, I won. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I just love it. You can't be telling people you listen to the WVON morning show at work. You might come back like that dude who came to work with the... Remember that dude? Did you see the story about the dude who went to work with a noose? Went to vote with a noose, a Confederate flag and a noose?
Oh, on the shirt?
Yep, and came back, he was fired. Right, you was fired. I'm gonna tell you, y'all can't be telling people you listen to the morning show. I know all my people, so shout out to all my people in the city hall who are somewhere in a room listening, because y'all can't, y'all can't, y'all scared's gonna pop up. Shout out to everybody over at city colleges. Shout out to the people at the water. Shout out to all the city workers. Because I know sometimes I see the elected officials and they be looking at me crazy, but they staff be like, don't stop, get it, don't stop, get it, Maze. That was true. And I'm also, can I tell y'all what? Todd, I'm starting a tip line. A Maze said tip line. so that if people have issues and they
Like
want to
the
get.
Inspector General.
Well, I'm not going to be the Inspector General. I'm going to be the black Inspector General because I'm looking for black people issues. You don't want to let them. We make it anonymous, but we're going to keep on highlighting them because some of our best stories have come from people who were experiencing things and didn't have anybody they felt they could trust.
Right.
So what we try to do is not put you on blast, but illuminate the issue. And once we illuminate the issue, people come in. All right, let me get off this because I can't. First of all, are you tuning into the Governor of Talk Radio this afternoon? Because today at 3:30, our very own Melody Span Cooper will be interviewing, playing back the interview of First Lady Michelle Obama. Do you know Melody got the only radio interview in the whole city for Michelle Obama.
For some reason, that sounds right to me.
The black station, man. It is. You know, people grew up on WVON, and so Michelle is from the crib.
Asked me, what does DON stand for? I said, the voice of the Negro.
Man, well, I'm gonna tell you what. Here's what I'm gonna suggest. Todd, I want to talk to people. Ladies, how many of y'all went last night? How many people went to the world's largest ladies' night out? How did you go? Did you go with your girls? Did y'all have was it like a big old Sex in the City reunion? Were y'all drinking dirty martinis and Cosmos before you went?
I should have said waiting to exhale.
Oh God, not waiting to exhale, man. Not another man-hating movie. Was it I'm wondering, and then I want to know, what did Michelle Obama teach y'all about being a good woman? Did she teach you women how to be good women to your men so maybe you can have a president too? Sonya, why are you making that face? Why do women look at, you know what? I think Michelle Obama could teach you women some things. See, she got her a president. She knew her place.
Uh-oh.
I'm just saying. She knew her role, not her place.
Excuse me, Maze. I gotta go to the bathroom.
So talk to me about, she did. You saying, okay, so let me ask a question. Are you saying Michelle Obama didn't know her place? Because if she didn't, could you imagine if Michelle Obama came outside with a bonnet talking about Barack? I told you, take out the gun. I don't care who you think you are down in Springfield. Because her sister would be like, I don't care who you think you are when you go out there.
How do we know this is not happening?
Could you think that Michelle has got some pink slippers and a bonnet and a robe?
I didn't mean the bonnet part, but Brock, you got to take and do your part of the household.
Hey man, I'm the president of the United States. Woman, you better call the servants to do that. But really, ladies, I'm being kind of silly, but I do want to know: did you go last night? What did you hear? What did you learn? Was it worth? Was it like a women's camaraderie night? Will this be that? Was it black girl magic everywhere? I know when I was driving up, I saw sisters. They was dressed to the nines. I'm like, this supposed to be. And then did the fellas go?
The most excitement probably since Michael Jordan and the Bulls won their last championship.
Dang. Think about that. Michelle Obama, Oprah. I don't know if Oprah can really teach too much to the women about, let me stop. But what did you take away from the Michelle Obama thing? Was it just inspirational? Hey, Annette, you went last night, right? You didn't go? I want to know, what did you get out of it? Was it inspirational? Did you feel was it like meeting Beyonce? Was it bigger? She's doing a stadium tour, bro. She's
tour.
It's 9-city tour. Look, Carrie said they was buying.
She is a rock star.
She said they was buying merchandise. You go outside, you know how at the Jay-Z concert, she said people was buying shopping bags full.
Wow.
Women cleaned up. It was, and so I want to understand. Are they TPing us out there? I feel like we getting TP to WVON right now. But let me ask you a question. What black women did y'all go? Are y'all scared y'all don't want to talk? They scared to talk to me about it. Why don't y'all call me 773-591-1690? Was it magic last night?
But you know, we should have been out there. I told you, Dave, women buy things. We should have been out there with some Whitney Houston shirts.
Did you say Whitney Houston?
No, Whitney.
We need some. I could have been selling some what's in it for the black people fitted tees.
Amen.
And will Michelle Obama transcend time as the first lady? Like, is she going to be America's first lady, or is it really does she resonate with everybody or just black women?
Man, that's a good question.
Like,
we'll see on this tour.
Well, you know, because they said white women would come, but like, did she talk to the white people? Like, was she a sister when she was there, or like, you know, because you know your boy sometimes. He know how to walk that line, right? He know how to get all the money from all sides.
Is your question? Is she gonna sing "Amazing Grace"?
Yes. Is she the soul version? Do you think she will like? Oh, what was the music? Did they play Beyonce? Like, I see y'all scared. Y'all don't want to talk to Uncle Mace? Come on, let me. I just want to know what happened, cause I was thinking about going. I was thinking about going, but I was like, man, Todd, you ever been to one of them parties like when your wife make you go to a party with the girls, and all the girls and the fellas are all sitting around like, and then they try to make us all talk to each other, and you like, I really don't know him, I don't like him, and you all y'all having a good time, and we all supposed to like play together.
Right, play together in the sandbox.
Right.
Sandbox.
I had 2 tickets. I was like, oh no, baby, you going with your friend. You go with your friend now.
That makes sense, though.
Right, because, now, and I thought it was an awesome wedding anniversary present. Because, today is my 3rd year wedding anniversary. Did I say that?
Yes, woo!
And can I tell y'all, and it's like officially, I've been back in the bed a week and a day. Because the election is over and my big mouth, I got in trouble for a long time. But I want to send a special shout out to my wife today on our anniversary. But what about the ladies? Did y'all go? I know y'all went. Y'all went. Did y'all feel like special when you left? Fellas, let me ask you a question. You know what? Was this anything like the Jill Scott concert? Did you see everybody going crazy yesterday about Jill Scott? Why are you making that face in that? did Michelle?
Whitney Hutton, that's the Whitney Hutton t-shirt you're But it was inspiring. You had busloads of young women, middle-aged women, older women, all coming to hear Michelle Obama's story about becoming, because her story is all of our stories. She started as we know her story, the south side of Chicago and South Shore. She ended up at Princeton, and there are people who enrolled in Princeton just because she went there. So it's a story, it's a triumph, a story of overcoming and becoming, and everybody can relate to it, not just black women, but there are all nationalities out there. And, I say, go see Michelle Obama instead of listening to somebody like Cardi B, and I appreciate her artistry, and I know what it is, and I accept it for what it is. It's music, it's rap, but this is a real life story of becoming, and I appreciate it.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all, I appreciate Michelle Obama for giving black women an example of how to act right.
Right.
Teach y'all women how to act right.
Wait a minute. Yeah. It started out like it was going to be good, didn't it?
I'm just saying, I'm glad y'all need to learn something from Michelle Obama. Like, when your man is on the stage, Michelle Obama is the perfect helpmate teaching women how to stay in their place. You know what? And on that note, we gotta wrap this thing up. So for Annette Flournoy in the newsroom, for Miss Sonia Escobar, the musical conductor. Oh, I got 3 more minutes. Oh, wait a minute. Now y'all check this out. You know smooth jazz Maze. Y'all almost got out without smooth jazz Maze. Now don't miss the South Suburban 4th Annual South Suburban Jazz Crawl. It kicks off November 16th, 17th, and 18th. Sunday's Jazz Super Brunch is November 18th with it'll be classically delicious as we pay tribute to Billie Holiday with Opal Staples from the legendary Staples family. Now it's going to be at Flavor Restaurant, 175 Kedzie in Hazelcrest. Now tickets are $25 in advance, or you can get your Jazz Pass for $60 for 3 shows. All 3 shows for just $60. Now for more information or to visit, or for tickets, visit WVON.com. Now, for Annette Flournoy in the newsroom, for Mr. Todd Stroger, for Sonia Escobar, she is the musical conductor of the Soul Plane. I'm the host of the WVON morning show, Maze Jackson. And if they don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Live from the WVON newsroom.
I hope y'all learned a lesson from Michelle Obama. Teach y'all, stand by your man. I'm going to tell y'all, though. Can I tell y'all what's going to be the day? I want to be there the day that when Barack come out with his white woman.
Oh, my goodness.
Do y'all understand what is going to happen when Barack come out with his white woman? Do you understand? Like, because this is the, I had to put up with all that mess for all these years. This is that tour. I'm having this is all about me. But I'm just telling y'all,
That was sacrilege.
the black women are going to die. Come on, man. Barack ain't gonna marry. Barack was attracted to his mama. Boys like guys like women like their mom. No? I think so.
Yeah, but that doesn't have to actually have color involved in it.
Huh?
You know? That might be more personality.
I think in the book, didn't he say he knew he couldn't marry a white woman? In the white girl's book, didn't she tell him that? Didn't he tell her, "I'm gonna be president. I can't marry a white woman," even though he did ask her to marry him? Her? Tales from the crypt. I'm just gonna tell y'all, that's gonna be the tour. See, because can you imagine what that book would sell like? Like if Barack and Michelle had like a tiff and she did a tell-all, that'll be the book. Can you imagine? Okay, so you saw how Jay-Z and Beyonce did the whole cheating thing? And Beyonce would come out and sing that song about how terrible it was, and all the women would be like, "Go, girl!" And they spent $700 for the tickets each. See, that misery, that pain and misery, because see, then all the sisters would be like, "Oh, babe, I know what you've been through." Right? That's what happened. I'm just telling you. Y'all mad at y'all. I'm just, look, it's women right now just fuming. Fuming. Don't be mad. Yeah, Barack Obama go show up with a white girl. What would y'all do if he showed up to the like in like 5 years? Like, you know, because once the kids, you gotta wait for the kids to get out of college. When the kids get out of college, it's gonna be on and popping. I'm telling you. Barack gonna be like, "I got my 100 million. I'm through with y'all. I'm through with this. Y'all, all you in this damn snap popping and single ladies and all of these Beyoncés and all these women coming up. I'm tired of this mess. You talking too much."
Barack knows he's already got the top of the pyramid. He don't need nothing else.
Okay, so let's just be clear. You saying Barack, hey man, when you're the president of the United States, right? When you Barack Obama, and they always say that no matter how beautiful the woman is, right? She's somebody's headache.
How many presidents do you know who have been divorced?
Huh?
How many presidents do you know who have ever been divorced?
Right. That's what, she ain't gonna get divorced. She gonna have another book tour. Do you know how much money that tour would make?
Just controversy.
How I Survived. Barack, Betrayed by Barack. Series 3. Man, you know how them books will be off the chain. Women will be like, "Okay, girl."
I think think they'll figure out a different subject.
All right, y'all. We up out of here. Peace. Y'all, don't wait. You mad?